All right. All right. All right. So it's being recorded. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to this masterclass. My name is Eric F. King. Today I'm going to talk about the fastest way to six figures in your business. Triple your sales without being pushy or salesy. So I've been working with entrepreneurs for over 15 years. And a lot of entrepreneurs, they have a zone of genius. They have a gift, something they want to provide to the world, but the only thing stopping them is they're not sure of how to actually sell it. They feel that if people just show up on a call, they tell them about it, then everybody will buy it. But it doesn't work that way. You actually have to have selling skills, and we're going to talk about that. All right. So if you stay to the end, I have a special free offer for you worth over $500 just by staying to the end. And it's going to be a short masterclass, probably under 30 minutes. So today, you will learn how I went from struggling to make one sale to selling over $23 million in products and services. That's right. Actually, it's way more than that now. But I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk to you about three myths that salespeople and entrepreneurs must know about. I'm going to talk about the number one sales secret that leads to a high close rate and gets your prospects excited to say yes to your offer. And I'm actually going to go over objection handling because a lot of people, they're stuck when there's an objection, right? We're going to talk about that today. All right. So imagine this. How would you feel if you learned the leadership skills necessary to be in control of every sales call from now on? Imagine if you knew exactly what to say, regardless of the objection that your prospects throw at you. How would it feel if you had the confidence and the posture to be consistently making predictable sales? Well, I'm here to tell you it's possible. Not only have I done it, but I've taught entrepreneurs like you to sell offers without being pushy and salesy. So, my name is Eric F. King, and I'll tell you a little bit about my background. So, I went to college in Philadelphia. I went to Temple University, and I majored in marketing. And I wanted to get a job in advertising or something exciting like that. But I was recruited by a company called Xerox, and at the time, Xerox was a Fortune 100 company. It was like Apple or Microsoft. And I was excited to get the job. The only problem was I didn't want to sell. They said they're going to put me in sales. So, and I'm like, I don't like selling. I'm not a pushy kind of person. I don't even like salespeople, to tell you the truth. So I called my dad. He was a realtor. And I told him, like, what am I going to do? He said, well, take the job and, you can stay there for maybe a year or two. But he said, what you learn in sales, you can use in any part of your life or any industry. So I took the job. So now here's what happened. 2 months later, I was still at zero sales. That's right, zero sales. There were people selling five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 copiers. At the time, we were even allowed. Oh, thanks, Latoya, for the love. We were even allowed to sell paper and toner, but guess what? I couldn't even sell that. So I couldn't even sell the cheap stuff. All right, so I was at zero sales. I was uncomfortable convincing people to buy copiers. I felt like I was being pushy. Anytime I had a sales call, I felt like they were controlling the call and not me. So I was afraid that I would be fired, right? So I called again. I called my dad at the time, and he said I should find a sales coach. I should find someone to teach me how to sell, someone that sells the way I would love to sell. So I heard about this guy named Brian. Okay, he was the top sales rep in the whole region for like 6 years. So I went up to him. I said, Brian, can I just shadow you, like follow you for a day, find out what you do and what you say? He said, no problem. So I followed him, and we would go to these accounts, these businesses, and it seemed like Brian wasn't even selling. Like it was so weird. Like he wasn't pushy, he wasn't salesy. He was just getting to know people. He was getting to know about their families, what they did for the weekend. And then, as he's talking about these things, then he would say something like, "So tell me about your business." Right? Then he'll learn about their business processes. And then he would say, "So what issues are you having right now?" or problems, and they would tell him about the problems. The copier you have now, what issues do you have with it? And they'll tell him. And then he asked for all these problems and everything. Then he came out with his booklet and then made a recommendation based on what they told him. And he said, well, based on what you told me and how much you guys make copies and what you do, I'd recommend that you try out this copier. Like we can put it in here maybe for a week or two, see how it goes. But try it out, sign right here, and we can have it shipped over within a week. And people are like, okay, and they'll sign. And then Brian would say, well, I know you guys will need paper, so what I'll do for you is I'll go ahead and order 6 months worth of paper, so you don't have to sit around for paper, and just sign here. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, well, you guys need toner, right? Because you don't want the carpet to break down and you guys don't have toner. So then he'll say, well, I'll just give you like 4 months. Do you want 4 months or 5 months of toner? They're like 5 months. Okay. And that's how he was selling. People that were talking to him felt comfortable. He wasn't pushy. He wasn't salesy. And that was my aha moment. I realized that, wow, I can do this and I can still be a nice guy. You know what I mean? And then I'll never forget. We went to this big company. We met with the decision makers for like maybe 40 minutes, and after after about 45 minutes, he told them. He said, Canon, which is our competitor, main competitor, he said, Canon is taking good care of you guys, so I won't change a thing. But if you have any questions on copiers or the industry, just give me a call. And then we walked out, and I said, wait a minute, Brian, why didn't you try and sell him anything? He said, look, he said, when you meet with a customer or a prospect, you want to leave them better than you found them. So if they have a good thing going, don't mess it up. Because if you do, they'll hate you. They'll probably return the copier. But now, he said, now we have goodwill. So now we can like we can come in some other time and sell them copiers. I said, wow. So what I did is I modeled him, and I put in my own personality. I called it Compassionate Closer. And that's how I started my brand, compassionatecloser.com. A situation where you can help people and sell people, but not feel slimy and sleazy because you're doing it for them and not for you. That was my aha moment. Okay, let's go back. All right, so my sales process. This is what it allowed me to do. I became top 3% of sales rep in the whole region. Okay. I was going on trips and I was going on trips, and Brian and his wife would be there. I'd go out getting awards. And in my early 20s, I was making a whole lot of money, right? And because of this compassionate closer system that I created, right? Then after that, I went on to start building businesses. I built two big businesses, okay, with this. Then I wrote a book. I was able to sell the book and become a best-selling author using the same system, right? And then I was able to help other entrepreneurs to do the same. And we're going to talk about that today. So this is what it has allowed me to do. It has allowed me to build a dream lifestyle. So I built our dream home right by the beach, okay, right on a Jack Nicholson golf course, over 5,000 square feet. And I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you that if you know how to sell and you provide something of value, you can have whatever you want. Okay, that's me and my wonderful sons up there. We love walking by the beach all the time. I'm able to coach one of my sons' soccer team, so I'm on the field 3 to 4 times a week. And I could have never done that at the job, never, right? So that I hope this is not covering it. But anyway, yeah, that's one of my sons right there. All right, and then also it's allowed us to travel the world. Like I can't fit all the pictures on here, but here I am in South Africa. Okay, here we are in Canada, Niagara Falls. Here we are in Frankfurt, Germany. Here we are in Mexico, right? And my kids love traveling, and I love to take them all over the place. And my 10-year-old, he's been to so many countries, right? And people say money doesn't bring you happiness. Well, it does. Okay, it does. Because I am happy that I'm able to take my sons all over the world, and they're happy that they're able to do that. So I mean, you may not like to travel, but you can use it for whatever you want. All right. So let's keep going. Another thing I've been able to do is I've been able to speak on stages that I never thought I could speak on. Right? I was speaking on stage. I'm speaking on stages with John C. Maxwell, all kinds of, I would call them celebrities, right? Because Damon John, because I'm able to sell. All right. So let's keep going. Now, there is a disclaimer that I have for you. Is this is it. People that don't do the work or put in the time cannot live a life like this. Okay. I did this through implementing my unique selling style, right? So I'm not promising you you're going to have all of this if you don't do anything. All right. So I always like to throw that out there. So let's talk about the difference between traditional closer and compassionate closer. Now, when we think of salespeople, I gave a speech a couple of weeks ago, and I asked people, when you think of salespeople, what do you think of? What's the word you think of? People said pushy, slimy, salesy, all kinds of negative words. It blew my mind. And these were entrepreneurs. And you know that if you're an entrepreneur, you're a salesperson. Now, forceful, yes, Latoya, forceful, right? Um, and I'm thinking to myself, if entrepreneurs think and you're an entrepreneur too, that salespeople are pushy and forceful, they won't sell. It will be hard for them to sell because you cannot become what you despise, right? So I have to change people's mindset from the traditional closer. That's the car dealer, the car salesman that wants to sell you a car you don't need, you can't afford, and it's not within your budget. It's not even what you wanted, right? You have to become a compassionate closer, which is a person that helps their client get what they want. Okay. You know, if I'm sitting with a prospect and they're about to get let's say my coaching program, and they show some hesitation, like, I don't think I really want this. I'm going to say, okay, it's not for you. No problem. Well, I'm not going to try and close them on something they don't want because they're not going to do the work. They're not going to gain the benefit, right? So why, right? My only goal is to persuade somebody who already needs it and it just needs a leader to nudge them and push them to the point where they take a step to change their life. That's what I'm here for. And I'm going to teach you about being a compassionate closer today. So again, so that traditional closer, closing the sale at all costs, using high pressure tactics, being pushy, overbearing, even tricking people into buying. Believe it or not, people do that. Compassionate, helping people solve their problems, helping prospects to achieve their goals, creating a win-win situation, and having fun. Let's go over a few myths, okay? Because this will help you, all right? A few myths of sales. Salespeople are born, not made. That is not true. I am not a born salesperson. In fact, in high school, I was one of the most shy people in my class. Believe it or not, I have friends that will tell you that. All right, I went through a lot of coaching and personal development and changed myself, but that's true. Selling is a learned skill. Anybody can use my compassionate closer system to sell more offers. All right. Myth number 2: I have to be pushy, salesy, overbearing, forceful to be a salesperson. Not true. Not true at all. The opposite is true. You have to listen more than you talk. You have to place your prospect's needs above your own. All right. Myth number 3: I don't need a sales coach because my offer sells itself. Well, guess what? No, it doesn't. No, offers don't sell themselves. They don't. You know why? Because you have competitors. You have people that that are competing with you, and some of them know how to sell. So your offer does not sell itself. Okay, regardless of your industry, you must have a competitive edge. Okay, studies show that people that are mentored by coaches achieve their desired result 4 times faster. All right, that's right, Latoya. Yeah, everybody has competition, whether you know it or not. And if you are of the opinion that all your sales are just because it sells itself, then guess what? If I taught you how to sell, you would probably 10x your sales. Yeah, no promises, but you probably would. Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about objections. I love this part because so many people are scared of objections. One thing I do sometimes in my coaching is I tell my student, I said, okay, sell me the way you sell your prospect. No, just go over what you go over with me. And then when they go over it, then I just give them an objection. Oh, it's too your price is too high. And then some of them would say, oh, okay, like how much can you pay? And I'm like, wow, they don't know that that's not how you handle that objection, right? They just don't know. We're not taught in school how to handle objections. And when we become business owners, we're not taught how to sell. We're just taught to, like, if you have a passion, go for it. Objections are normal. Have you have you ever gone to a store and you want to buy something and someone walks up to you, a salesperson says, "How may I help you?" And you say, "I'm just looking." And you're not just looking. You want to buy something. But we are programmed to do that. So objections is something that I just expect everybody to have an objection. It's okay. When someone gives you an objection, never defend your offer. Don't show fear. Don't show concern. Someone says, "Ah, it's too expensive." What do you mean it's too expensive? Like, no, 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 no. Arguing with a prospect never leads to a sale. Right? You want the prospect to feel good, not feel bad, right? But I'm gonna talk to you about handling objections. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna go over this one because this is a good one. All right. Your price is too high. Now, most of us have got this. In fact, if you never got this objection, then your price is too low. That's just why you need to raise your prices. All right. You must show that the value of your offer is greater than the cost. Okay, so you don't get this objection. All right. So someone says to me, Eric, your price is too high. It's way too high. So this is what I'm going to say. Are you saying that my program isn't worth the money? Or are you saying you can't afford it at this time? Now they're going to say, I can't afford it because they're not going to insult you. They're just going to say, I can't afford it because they feel that that's going to get them off the hook, right? I can't afford it. So now you got that out of the way. Now, second step is you want to isolate the objection. What do I mean by that? If you don't isolate an objection, one objection becomes another objection becomes another objection. So, example, someone says my price is too high, right? And you're trying to talk about that, you're trying to talk about that, and then finally they agree that okay, it's not too high, but I need to talk to my spouse. Oh, okay. Then you're going over that, you're going over that. Then they finally decide, I don't need to talk to my spouse, but I need to think about it. So you're there for 2 hours with all these objections. So that's why you always isolate the problem, not problem, the objection, so you can handle that objection. And once you handle the objection, then it becomes a sale because there's no other choice, right? If money was not a problem, would you buy my offer? If money was not a problem, would you register for my plan? If money was not an offer, would you be interested in getting started today? And then guess what? Guess what? 99% of people will say, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. If I had the money, for sure. Now I've isolated the problem and I've done what we call a pre-close. I basically said, if we solve this objection, will you buy? He said yes. That's a pre-close. That's another day. But I talk about that in my coaching. All right. So if money was not the problem, would you buy? And then like, oh yeah, I'd buy it if not for the money. Okay, good. Now here's what you do. You remind them of all the pains, the problems, the challenges they're going through right now. And if you do that, they have a high probability that they'll find the money. Let me give you an example. Let's say let's say I'm in health and wellness and I have this maybe coaching program or some kind of plan for people to lose weight. And I'm talking to you and I'm telling you, okay, so tell me about your weight loss journey, and you're telling me all this stuff. And I said, okay, so how much would you like to lose? And you said, I'd like to lose 50 pounds. Okay. So, you say you like to lose 50 pounds. Why? Well, because right now it's hard for me to sleep at night because of my weight. I can't fit into my clothes. I'm not confident anymore. I can't play with my grandkids. And you go through all of that. And I'm writing it down. I'm writing everything down. And I said, so what else? So I'm getting all this information. right? I'm writing it down. All right. And then when I want to, when you give me this objection, I say, correct me if I'm wrong. But you said, didn't you say that because of your weight that you're not able to play with your grandkids, right? And she was like, yeah. And you're not sleeping well, and you're nodding your head, and she's saying, yeah. And you're not really confident anymore. You can't wear those clothes that you used to wear, 10 years ago. And she's saying yes. So she's saying yes, 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 yes. Okay, pre-closes, right? And then you say, well, if you don't get my program now, then what are you going to do? How are you going to lose that weight? Now, guess what? She's now going to start thinking about all the problems and go from I can't afford it to how can I afford it? And I've done this hundreds of times. And she's going to say something like, "Oh wow, you're right. So can I like pay in installments?" Or she starts thinking about ways like, do I have to pay it all now? Like then she starts thinking of how she can find a way to do it. And then it's your job to help her out, right? Okay, yeah, we can do that, right? Help her out, help her to achieve that goal, all right? And it can be done in any industry, all right? So let's say you do credit repair. You're meeting with somebody, the person says, I want to buy a house, but my credit score is so low. I can't buy a car for my son. My credit card score is so low. And then you talk up, you magnify the problem because you want to find out what's wrong, right? So you say, okay, so what's the impact of having the low school? You said it was what, 500? What's the impact of that? Well, I tried to get a credit card, I couldn't get it. I wanted to get a loan for this, I couldn't get it. And she's telling you all the issues she's having. All right. And then she's telling you how it affects her son, right? She's telling you all these issues. And then she says, I can't afford it. Then you isolate. You remember, you isolate, right? If money was not a problem, would you buy my offer? Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that because of your credit score, you can't get a loan because of your credit score, and then you go through everything. So now, if you don't get my program, how are things going to change within the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years? You'll just be at the same spot. What are you going to do? Now she or he starts thinking about, oh my God, you're right. You're right. Now understand that even though this strategy is very effective, it's also very helpful to the person. You are helping them. You are being a leader by helping them think through it so they don't give themselves a way out. And then at 6 months later, they're still going through the same problem. A year later, they're going through the same problem. Because the only way I can help her or help him is if they buy. Selling is service, right? I can't serve you if you don't buy, right? So, like I said, it can work for any industry as long as you ask the right questions beforehand. And I go into that later. All right. So all right. So okay, so we went through that. So that's how to overcome that objection. And by the way, I go through in my coaching program, I go through almost all the objections, really. And then anything you come up with, I'm gonna answer for you. All right. So let's get to the number one secret of making more sales. All right. I call it the King's Code of Leadership. It's the ability to lead your prospect by asking my 10 magic questions and helping them make a buying decision that solves their problem. Right? I'm helping you make the decision that will solve your problem, right? So let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Sales call scenario one. You get on a call, and let's say the call is supposed to be 30 minutes. All right. So I meet with you 30 minutes. I'm excited. Okay. Thank you for taking some time to talk to me today. I have a lot to tell you about my business. And then you cut me off. And you say, well, actually, I only have 15 minutes because I have a meeting. So go ahead and quickly tell me about your offer. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm scrambling. I lost control of the call. Okay, well, I can help you with this. 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 And like, I'm not even taking a breath. And at the very end, I'm like, okay, I made it 15 minutes. And then you say, okay, no problem. No problem. We'll talk. I'll get back to you. Guess what? I just lost the sale. I just lost the sale. Why? Because I had zero control over the call. They they had all the control, all the control. So I was talking to a lady. I was talking to a lady a couple months ago. We got on the call. It was a 30-minute call. I was going to do a sales audit for her. And she said that she is in a hurry and she doesn't have the time. I forgot how much time she said. So she said, so if I can just summarize what I have to say. So I smiled and politely told her, no, I can't actually summarize what I have to say because part of this call, I'm here to help you to find out more about your business, and that cannot be summarized. So, what we can do is, if you want, we can reschedule the call when you have 30 minutes. So she said, oh, okay. We rescheduled the call. Then we got on the call later and everything was fine, right? She got the service and all that. But my point is, I took control of the call. I wasn't going to be rushed. No, I'm trying to help her. I'm not going to be rushed. No, sometimes we think that if we just do what they tell us to do, we'll get the sale. No, people buy from leaders. People buy from leaders. They don't buy from weak people, right? So you can't be weak, right? People buy from leaders. People buy from confident people. People buy from people that are making a lot of money. I bought a coaching program, actually a couple of them, $30,000 coaching program. The people that I'm buying this program for are millionaires. I would gladly give $30,000 to a millionaire to teach me to be a millionaire. But if they were broke, I'm not giving them anything. I'm not, no, no, no. You're not using my money to live your lifestyle when you're broke. But if you're rich, I'll give you all the money, right? So we tend to think the opposite, right? Like, I just did a video to stop begging for sales. Oh, can you just support me? I just need your support. Let me tell you something. That you'll never make a lot of money that way. You'll have a few pity sales, but you'll never make good money if you're just begging for support. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're new, sure, you can say that if you're new. But if you're a business 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, stop doing that. It No successful business person goes around. Look, this iPhone here, I bought it for $1,000. I didn't want to buy it for $1,000. That's a lot of money for a phone, but I need it. I wasn't supporting Apple. I wasn't supporting any of those people. I was supporting myself and my family because I want to do videos and all that kind of stuff, right? So I bought it because I needed it for myself and I'm willing to pay whatever to get it. Okay. So I hope I'm helping you here that you have to take control. And I teach about this. Let's go to scenario number 2. Your prospect asks most of the questions and you feel like you're being interrogated. Have you ever felt that way? All right, so Eric, so yeah, so how much is your program? Yeah, yeah. So how long is it for? Yeah, yeah. So and yeah. So what are the results? You have any guarantees? What are the guarantees? Okay, okay. And they just take over the call. Take over the call. Chances of me selling them very slim. They've got me. They got me. I'm like a defendant being interrogated by an investigator or a district attorney. I'm in big trouble. But guess what you do? When someone starts that, you switch it on them. You start asking them questions, right? So they say, so let me just use somebody in here. Okay, Brenda, I see that you are here early. And, someone here says, okay, Brenda, I have a few questions for you. Number one, they ask the question. Before they get to number two, you stop them and you say, yeah, actually, I need to know more about your business before we can move forward. I need to know more about something before we can move. Oh, okay. You just switched it. You took over control of the call, right? Because if you let them just keep asking questions of you, you're done. You're done. It's an interrogation. Nothing you say is good enough. It's transactional, right? So, and I talk about, I can't talk about it all now because there's a lot to it. It's not just strategy, it's mental also. So, but again, that's a scenario a lot of people go through. They're being interrogated, right? Scenario number 3. The call ends, and with your prospect saying, "Thank you for the information. I'll get back to you." Kiss of death. I'll get back to you. Let me tell you something. Oh, Lord have mercy. When people say stuff like that, let me tell you something. They took control of the call. The whole call. They took control of the call. They're telling you what's going to happen. You tell them what's going to happen from the beginning of the call. Okay, I can't get it all into it, but you start the call. Hey, okay, well, I appreciate you being on. So, or congratulations for actually, not yeah, congratulations for joining me today on this call. And what we are going to do is we are going to have a 30-minute call. The first thing I'm going to do is ask you a few questions. You see how you take over? So at the end, when you tell them your offer, you tell them your offer, right? So you go through everything. Would you like to know how much my offer is? Yes. Okay. You tell them the offer, right? So they're talking, but you are controlling the call. So by the end of the call, you are either selling them on what you have, right? Or you are suggesting maybe, okay, maybe we'll do this next week, or we'll meet again, or like you determine what happens. They don't determine what happens, or else you're done. Like you can't even follow up with this person. Thank you for the information. I'll get back to you. How do you follow up with something like that? You don't even know what to say because they said they'll get back to you. You don't want to sound pushy, so you're not going to get back to them, right? I know, I know it seems like, oh, well, I get this every day. But if you conduct the call in a certain way, you won't get that. You won't get that. All right. Scenario 3. All right. So let's keep moving. The number one expense of your business is lost sales. The number one expense in your business is lost sales. You have met with people who would have bought if you had the sales skills or the leadership skills. And it's not a diss. I'm not saying that because you don't have it that you're not a good person or a good business person. No, it's a learned skill. I learned it. They don't teach you in school, right? It's a learned skill. All right, let's keep moving. Bottom line: if you implement my 10 magic questions and you are leading this call, then your 90% of the sale is done. So let's go. Let's keep going. Do you see why it's important to know what questions to ask? Why you must learn the leadership skills to succeed in sales? Do you see how a sales coach can equip you with the tools you need to become more confident on your sales? Did you know that if you have an offer that's, let's just say $1,000, you meet with 10 people and you sell one, you make $1,000 without having these skills. But then you learn sales skills, and now you're able to close 4 people out of 10, right? If you're meeting with 10 people a month, now you have $3,000 more per month. That's what? 3 times 10, 30,000, 36,000 more per year, right? If your offer is 2,000, that's 70,000 per year, right? So my point is your income drastically change. When I say triple, I'm not joking. Most of my clients is triple. It will drastically change when you have these skills. Trust me, it will drastically change. All right. Figuring all of this out could be overwhelming, and I know this. It could be overwhelming. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I have decided that I will do a sales call audit for you, which is a 30-minute complimentary review of your process. So I'll go over your sales process, like how from the second you get someone to see you online or wherever, to when you get on the call, to what you say, okay? And then how you say it. And then I'm going to give you at least one powerful change or adjustment to help you increase your results. Okay. Sometimes it's just one tweak and everything changes, because a lot of times we're making the same mistake over and over and over and over, right? Book your sales call, $500 value, absolutely free. I'll do it for you. meetwithericf.com, meetwithericf.com. But I actually have something better for you, something better than that. Okay, so I'm gonna just put this in the chat. But I have something better for you that will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. All right. Meetwithericf.com. Okay. All right. All right. So let's keep moving. I have put together my Compassionate Closer coaching program. Now, I've done something like this before, but now this is new and improved. Compassionate Closer coaching program. It starts July 18th, Tuesday. Now, here's the thing. I'm only taking 12 people. There's a reason for that. I don't believe in you just watching videos. No. I delved deep into your business. We do role play exercises. I tell you how to overcome all the objections that you get in your business. It's very, very, very comprehensive. All right. Seats are limited. I already have a bunch of people that want to join. And even though it starts on the 18th, it could sell out tomorrow. Like it could sell out in a couple of days. I don't know. It's whenever it's 12, I stop it because again, my goal is to have a lot of time with each person, not to just fill it up with 30 people. I don't believe in that. I want to work with each person. That's why when you hear my testimonials, they're so passionate because I help them, right? I help them. Compassionate Closer program. If you want to join, if you want to learn more, all you have to do is meet with me, meetwithericf.com. Once you click on meet with me, I will send you information on the program before we meet. So I believe in giving you a full overview of what I do. Okay, that's important to me. I don't believe in joining programs where you don't even know what you're gonna learn. You just hope and pray. I don't believe in hope and pray. Okay, so if you're serious now it's not for everybody, but if you're serious, you want to take your business to a whole new level, then meetwithericf.com, book a call. Okay, so you have two options moving forward. Number one is you can do it your own way. Just keep doing what you're doing, right? And I call it the hard way. A lot of trial and error. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. So a lot of wasted time and lost sales because if you don't know what you don't know, you're just saying the same thing to the same people and losing money, lost sales, right? A lot of times people experience failure and frustration. There are entrepreneurs that go, I have seen entrepreneurs that say, Eric, I have been in business for 15 years and I didn't know what you're talking about. Like all of this is new to me. I just thought, I just tell them what I do and hope they sign up. I'm like, no, it's more than that, right? And they're like, that's why they're so grateful, right? Option two, easy way is to get my help. Get my help. Step-by-step guidance, no guessing, no stressing. You'll make more sales and you'll make more money. All right. All right. So who is this not for? Because again, I don't accept everybody into my coaching program. Okay. I do not accept everybody into my coaching program. It's not for people that are looking for a magic bullet to close more deals, but are not willing to do the work. Okay. If that's you, unfortunately, it won't work out. All right. You have to, I'll tell you what you have to do, but it's not for negative people that are always skeptical and don't keep an open mind. Oh yeah, I know what to do. I've been doing this a long time. I don't want people like that. I do not want people like that in my group, right? I don't want people like that in my group. People that are not serious about making significant income in their business. Now, you can have a nonprofit and like Eric, I'm not really big on making money. That's fine. But I teach people to make money. Okay. I have no problem with teaching you to make more money than you've ever made before. I believe in making money. I believe in making an abundant amount of money. Yeah, it's in the Bible. We have come so that you have life and have a life more abundantly. I believe in making a lot of money. Why? Because you can help yourself, you can help people, you can do more, you can live a better life, right? All right. Now, this program is for people who are tired. Did I say tired of losing sales? Okay, tired of losing sales. Now, you want to learn the skills, all right? The skills of being a leader and being a successful salesperson, okay? Then it's for you. If you are open-minded to a proven system to close more deals and help more prospects, this is for you. Okay, this is for you. All right. So here's the last thing I'll say is go to meetwithericf.com, meetwithericf.com. If you feel that you qualify, um, even if you're not actually going to sign up for the program, that's fine. I will meet with you again. I will give you that audit of your sales process. And like I said, I'm a compassionate closer. I am not going to get there and trying to make you buy what you don't want to buy. No, because it's not for everybody. All right, it's not for everybody, and I know that. So I take a yes just as easily as I take a no, and vice versa, right? Because again, it's not for everybody. I want to have a class of 12 people that want to learn these skills and want to triple their income and triple their sales and are ready to go. All right. So thank you so much for being on the call today. Appreciate you. I look forward to working with you guys. And if you want to meet with me, go to meetwithericf.com and we'll meet then. All right. And oh, by the way, I have a call in 15 minutes for those of you that want to promote your business. Okay, if you want to promote your business, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, we have a call. And if you do, in fact, I will put it in the chat here for those of you that want to. I will put it in the chat so you can actually join us because it helps a lot of people. A lot of people get a lot from this. So basically, you're able to promote your business for about 3 minutes. Okay, it's hard to do three things at the same time. For 3 minutes, you'll be able to talk about your business, and we're very supportive. Right, you can get a lot of leads. So I'm just going to put it in here for those of you that want to do that. That is at 7 p.m. Eastern time in approximately 15 minutes. All right. So with that said, thank you so very much. Let me stop share. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the comments in there. Appreciate you guys. And I will see you on the next masterclass. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.